Alright, welcome back to another Minecraft Reclamation stream. For those of you who are wondering why I wasn't on last night, that would be in simple terms because I forgot. Yeah, no, I forgot. I had other things I was doing and I totally forgot. My bad. But I'm here now. And for this episode, we are going to be working on the ME controller and hey, Ian, chat. Right. Hi. Ugh. Forgot about things. Go away. Where's my toast? Stop. Right. We're going to be working on the ME controller and apply it Energistics in general. And I forgot to make that stream name. Applied. I can't spell. Like that. Energistics. And oh, hello. Power. I probably didn't spell that right. Hi, family. I got the ME controller last episode, and I want to be able to use it. It's far better storage option than I have, and depending on what I'm remembering properly, might also help me in a few bits of automation, but we'll have to figure that out later. Or in a quick second. Really. At applied Energistics. Engineering circuit, housing, yes, know about that. That's not what I'm looking for. We have not so mysterious cube. The cables. Pattern provider, crafting monitor, crafting storage. I think that's correct. I need... Huh. Didn't realize that those were a part of applied Energistics. Pattern provider, illuminated paddle, storage bus. I think it's this one. Page down. Small chest and fluid tank. Fills itself and empties to network storage, depending on what you set it to keep a stock of in slots. Store one type of fluid. Trace store up to 9. Chests with that's not what I'm looking for. Or wait. Export emitters, import is it under auto crafting? Primary functions in AE2. So having to manually craft number of each ingredient and labor away like some plebeian. You can ask your ME station to do it for you, or automatically craft items and export them somewhere. Or automatically keep certain amounts of items in stock through clever merchant behavior. It also works with fluids, and if you have certain add-ons for extra mod material types, like mechanism gases. Sorry, those materials too. It's pretty great. It's quite a complex topic. ME pattern provider. Here's a crafting request. Something auto-craftable and export bus or interface with crafting cards. Requesting one of the items, they're usually set to export/stock, whatever method you have bound to pick block. Request to craft something already have in stock. Okay. ME system calculates the required ingredients and prerequisite crafting steps. ME pattern provider, relevant pattern, pushes the ingredients specified in a pattern to an adjacent inventory. So it'll be a molecular assembler. It's a crafting table pattern in case of non-crafting recipe. Machine or rabbit redstone control setup. So you need a storage bus, interface, and the pattern providers. We drive, controller, energy acceptor. This is smart cables. Okay. Actually, what am I doing? This probably has sounds of no. Storage and decor. Okay. Brains of network. Each controller blocks faces capable of outputting 32 channels. Almost every device on the ME network needs one channel to operate. ME drive is with an ME system. You'll need some way to actually store items. ME drive can store up to 10 storage cells of any type and size. You can store botanic mana, elemental source, gases, fluids, and even space itself in cells, not just regular items. But I assume I need special cells for that. It was... where was it? It was somewhere around here. I saw it. There it is. ME drive. I need 2 engineering processors and 2 fluix glass cables, which needs quartz fiber and fluix crystals, Cirrus quartz dust, and glass. Cirrus quartz dust is just right in the inscriber. Okay. I also need power for this, so I'm going to need cables. How much power does it need per tick? Ad hoc, only have a max of 8 channels using devices total. It's not possible to have 2 controllers in one ME network. The controller provides 32 channels per face. The controller, oh wow, it's flashing lights. The controller requires 6 AE per AE tick per controller block to function. Each controller block can store 8,000 AE, so large networks might require additional energy sources. See energy for details. Hi. Ow. All controller blocks must be connected, else blocks will turn red. The size of the controller must be within 7 by 7 by 7, else it will turn red. A controller can have 2 adjacent blocks in at most 1 axis. Blah 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 blah. If a block violates this rule, it will disable and turn red. But... should glow and cycle colors. Right click on a controller to get the same GUI as a network tool. Okay. Matter energy tech, ME, matter energy, storage cells, 5 tiers. One ME drive, 1 ME terminal or ME crafting terminal, and 1 energy acceptor. Few cables, either glass cover smart but not dense. Do not go for dense cables. Few storage drill cells recommended of the 4K variety for a good mix of capacity and types. More efficient to partition a mix of 4K and 1K. That's the complexity we won't go into right now. Base the drive down. Energy acceptor. Okay, no, I need to get the source quartz first. In you go. you get turned into dust. That is the charge map. Oh well, that's not what I meant to do. Yay, more surge quartz. And now I need glass. I have barely enough glass. And no flux crystals. Flux. Nope. Redstone and quartz. So do. Energy. Acceptor. Right, okay. We probably won't need a lot of these, so I'm going to make a lot of these. It's a whole bunch of flux crystals. I need 5 source quartz stats. Yes. 5 source quartz dust. And then I need... Can I do the thing? I can't do the thing. Kilo Fe. Yes, that should work. So, because I don't want to have to go digging through my drives to, or worry about losing energy and not being able to access my drives, I'm going to create a second advanced solar generator so I can power the ME controller and its components without worry. I'm going to hook it up to the biogenerator as well, or a biogenerator at least, and then I'm going to I don't have the glass. And then I'm going to make a few battery buffers so that if for some reason I just don't have power, I can always access my drives and fix that issue. This would be kind of bad if I had all of my stuff in my ME controllers and I had to start from 0 because I didn't have power. That'd be kind of bad, wouldn't it? It still looks like it's going. Oh wait. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Suppose that's another reason I want that interface. Small slot and chest. Pulls items and fluids. need an annihilation core. Logic processor, fluix dust, and nether quartz. Formation core is the same thing, but with Certus quartz. Okay. And the logic processor is... Okay, that's actually pretty cheap. Must have been seeing things. Gold. I'm going to make a bunch of those. I have a bunch of infused alloy. I shall make more infused alloy. Because it appears I'm going to need a lot of it. Extended interface. Larger config. It's basically just an upgrade. I might actually need this. By your spelling, I would say that it would be a firm no. Extended charger are upgraded versions of base models. Processing 4 in parallel. Acts as a specialized input and output port for your network. Keeps certain items from your network in its inventory for pipes or other blocks to pull from, and also automatically puts any other items it receives into the network. Smart cables. Visually display how many channels are carrying at any given time. Quantum network bridge is the power of quantum entanglement. Large distances but not dimensions. Quantum link chamber. Energy acceptor. The block itself can have input energy, but you want to have as many controller faces open as you can. Use no channels can be placed anywhere as long as it's connected to the network somehow. Needs much more energy to stay running. Auto crafter, simpler matrix wall, terminals. I need diamonds. How many diamonds do I have? Exactly enough. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that be while I do other things. One, two, three, four. 2, 3, 4, 5. Quartz glass. I needed you for the energy accept. I am seriously out of copper? Holy shit. Hold on. At least I've done a few episodes, have they? Give me a second to get my watering can. Unless I still have it on me somewhere. Wait, no, there's the copper. And I might as well do that instead of not just going down. Copper. It's an energy acceptor. Energy cell. Oh. Well, I don't need to make a battery buffer then. Or that is the battery buffer. Energy cell. Dense energy cell, okay. I don't have extra quartz glass, but I can get that. We need to make a lot of flux crystals. Quartz. Nope, I put the quartz in my alchemy chest, didn't I? Yeah, I'm just gonna let that go. Really? That's it? That's all I got. Okay, I missed something. Hi. My dog has come to say hi. Hi. Hey, dog. That's all I got, huh? Well, hush. We just let you out. Did I turn on the lapis? Yeah, that's what I've been doing, haven't I? Let's go to get turned into Sturgis quartz. As for why I'm immediately switching over to this from my lapis making ideals, it's because Sturgis quartz will allow me to automate it. So I don't need to stand there and do things. I can just get it done. The click of a few buttons, that is. Excellent, that's going to run the background. I'm going to go put the lapis I have away. Generators needs more fuel. And I need the logic press again. No, that's the engineering. For engineering. How are you doing? Bit more redstone. Must be in a cave. Right, fused alloy to logic circuits. Let's get the engineering. Let's get these done. I got the wrong way around. Oh, you printed silicon. Duh. Silicon. these need a silicon press. Ta-da. Silicon press, diamonds. I need 2 silicon presses. Okay. Oh, and I actually need drives. Or cells? Cells. Hold on a second. I need to close the door. Okay. Cells. I can do source. Is this? Okay. If I would go for mana. No. Hell no. Okay. That's the fluid cell. I want item cells, I think. Oh. That's just for dye. I need ME chest. $1K ME storage component, an energy cell, and an item cell housing. This seems kind of expensive. Let's make the let's make the drive first. Let me drive. Ta-da! Trying to decide where I should put this. Let's do it here so that there's easy access to the energy receptor. And terminals. I need a crafting or just a regular terminal. I'm going to go for the crafting, I think. Printed silicon circuit, scriber calculation press, and a surface quartz crystal. Certus. I do not have a surface quartz crystal. Why don't I have this out? Degrades, that's why. I'll fix that later. I should have a whole bunch of quartz ready for me to make. Okay. Yep, that's your quartz. You stopped because you're out of energy. Not really something I'm worried about right now. I want a whole bunch of coal, calcinate, and how much red do I have? 23. Okay, that's going to start doing that thing. God, I do not like that sorting. What did I do? Right, that's better. Quartz crystals. And sky recalculation press. Logic core and annihilation core. Got it. We could turn it to dust. I need two, one for each type of core. I need one, two, three, four of those, I think. Hold on, I just got a text. Did I do it the wrong way around? It needs silicon, doesn't it? Yep. You're gonna be turned into dust as well. Give me a second. Okay. So I need those three need to be turned into silicon so I can get the... I can't think, what am I doing? Right, I need printed logic circuits. So that means silicon and infused alloy, which I have. I do not have this infused alloy, I'm working on it. I need more dust for glass. Let's see what the ME item. For the ME item housing. Item cell housing, yes. Why did it say I need... Oh, that's portable item cell. What's the difference? Can't page down on that. Okay, primary methods of storage, ME drives or ME chests. Upgrade costs. Can hold twice as much as the cell with all 63 types in use. It only accepts some stuff. Upgrades. Fuzzy card. That's not what I'm looking for. Let's see the cells. I need a lot of logic circuit processors. Oh, so these are basically backpacks. No wonder they're so expensive. Got it. Good to know. Don't make those. Still doesn't change what I need, I think. So 1K. Yeah, I still need large processors. How are you doing? We're melted. Excellent. Inscriber silicon press. How much does the extended require? Quite a bit of work. Okay. Yep. I need more bread. Right, so formation cores require dust and crystals. I sound like I'm running a drug ring when I say that. Okay, so I need one formation core and an annihilation core. Formation core, I need an annihilation core. Hey, no I don't. What am I doing? I need red sauce, what I need. Resource in that logic processor. I also need a calculation processor. And quartz glass. Yeah, I am going to need so much quartz. Mercury? Yep. Can I throw you into grind wheels to get dust? I can't. Okay, that's excellent. Crushing wheels, not grind wheels. Crushing wheels. And cog. That's not connecting to anything. Oh, come on. Fine. I'll do it up here. Or not. There's no plugs there. Son of a... I'm getting really annoyed at how efficient I made my create. There's no place for me to ad hoc something I need. Like door tip. Cog. Ugh. These are upside downs. Good. Yeah, that should be enough. That's grass. The extremely deadly machine. More quartz glass. We're going to turn into silicon. Wait, need a calculation process. Nope. Calculation process. Let's make a few of these. Silicon press. I'm still going to need annihilation and deconstruct and creation circuits, aren't I? Because I want to make the storage bus, the interfaces. Formation annihilation core. Okay. Yeah, wrong one. Wasn't paying attention. I have inflammation cores on me. I want them in annihilation core. That is 5 logic circuits. I want Oh, no. I want calculation circuits. Calculation circuits, that's what I want. Well, logic circuits will be needed for the annihilation. Calculation circuits. So logic processor. That's an annihilation. Set annihilation cores. I want 4K storage point. And item cell housing, I don't have iron. Iron. And the redstone. Get two of these. That is a 4K item cell storage. Go. And I really need to get that engagement level down. That's what I needed the cores for. Illuminated panel. 2 glowstone, redstone, and more quartz glass. Since I'm doing all this in here, I might as well just... yeah, do that. And item mercury, I should get my sights. Actually, it doesn't matter, does it? Because it just goes one block at a time anyways. So we're gonna make a whole bunch of red. Red. The chemical industry is proud entirely by bread. Also, I'm going to sleep because it's thunderstorming and I don't like the rain. Let's see. Oh, come on. There's half a stack of bread. If you're wondering why I'm not using the water method, it's because for some reason it just wasn't working. Well, at least it wasn't working last episode. I have yet to check. A little over half a stack of bread. Right, cool. And make sure I still got the glowstone I need. No, but I think I can make it. Yep. So we're doing that again. Alright, I forgot. For magic and an Enderdew. Enderdew can be used to write a binding, bound away stones, or infused void poppets. Huh. Interesting. Right, glowstone again. Saturated toe is still not doing its thing. Illuminated panel. Still need redstone and the quartz glass. Eight. Now, I could use these nuggets for mercury, aren't I? Couldn't I? Along with the rest of the copper ingots. That's an idea. Let's see what that gets me. So there's quartz dust. I need the glass. 2, 3, 4, 5. Illuminated panels. And ME terminal, I need another logic processor. Silicon press. I should probably start cabling up these, shouldn't I? And getting into another advanced universal cable out. Gold fused out of the way. Cable. Looks like it's, yep, that's online. That's, right? Holy shit. Okay. So, ME terminal, and I want the ME crafting terminal. Where are it though? You need crafting table. I got wood. Excellent. So I want to go up here. And let's put flint. Okay, that works. That works. That works. Right. Hi. Now I need to get on that power thing. So I need a battery buffer. Stored power, max power. 0.8 per tick. It's not being very efficient right now, is it? I need a energy cell. 4 fluix dust, 4 Certus quartz crystals, and 1 piece of quartz glass. I have the quartz glass. I need 2 more dust, and I need some more crystals, I think. Yes. And I said I wanted to make another advanced solar generator. Oh, that got me a lot. There's an energy cell. Stored quite a bit. It's going to take a bit to fill up. I want to get a solar generator. Advanced solar generator. Actually, I want to get a few of these. I need a lot of energy tablets. I do not have redstone. This seems to be a bit of a problem I'm having. That's a bit of a recurring problem I'm running into. Try it again. 2, 3. Not sure how many of these I'm going to need. Solar generator. Solar panels. Which requires glass panes. Glass. I'm still out because I don't make nearly enough of it as the time. Daytime. Let's try it again. Oh. Wrong one. I need another cell. A second advanced solar generator. I want to hook you up here. You're not going to do anything because it's night, but oh well. Throw FE per tick. Just gonna go in the background, aren't you? That should save me from many problems, hopefully. Also want to sleep again. Oh, excuse me. Right, next task is getting the buffers up and running, I think. Or interfaces. So it was... Where were they? Page down to open... Page down to open guide. That's not what I want. Actually, I want... just tank... import so buses. Nope, I spelled that wrong. Import yeah, so I just go bus. Storage bus is not what I want. I want the import bus. I need a sticky piston, iron ingots, and annihilation core. Do I have sticky pistons? No. Sticky. Do I have slime balls in here? Nope. Can I make pistons? Nope. I have neither cobble nor planks. So I need more cobble. Hammer time. Get some more service quartz. Oh, jeez. I think that's the first time I've actually been scared by an Enderman. A bit of a fright. I'm really getting close to my storage limits, aren't I? I need to go get slime balls. okay. I don't have the Annihilation course. Oops. Try it again. Oh, no, I already have iron on me. Sticky pistons, import bus. Want the export bus. Just needs regular pistons in that case. And I need more redstone. I'll do for now, I think. Nope, I want import bus. Or, not import bus, I want export. Ugh. Bus. 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 Import. Import export bus. Wait, no, that's the extended. I just want this. Right, that is the export and import bus. I don't think I placed this close enough. Oops. Export. Import. I did not place that close enough, no. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Up. Up. And cable. Glass cable, I want flux. I need quartz fiber. I need more quartz, I need more flux quartz. Still going. 63. Yeah, I'm going to need 2 solar panels for upkeep. Okay. I'll get on that in a second. Vines. A whole lot more sulfur. And flux crystals are made by... yeah, okay. Or I could just do charge dust, it looks like, didn't it say that? Yeah, I can just charge it and do some dust, I can do that. Okay. Much easier. When it gets dusted... Gets dusted. Oh, shit. Well, that sucked. Actually, I'm going to need to charge that again because I want more Clues crystals. Heck, I only got one. Oh, just recycle. Oh, okay, never mind then. Redstone. Glass I need. And there's another 4. Let's make that 8. This is connected. And it's all coming in. Wonderful. Just very slowly. Okay. Now I need to make more solar panels. And redstone. That was a robbery. All getting pulled out then. Osmium. I need to make sure that this isn't overflowing, don't I? Nope, still good. Alright, so now that's happened. I need solar panels. Fuse. I don't need that. I want energy tablets. 7, 8, 9. Should make a whole bunch of these. We're probably going to need them for something else. Certain amount of glass. That redstone. Oh, I still not moved over. Oh. There's my hoe. I need a watering can. know why this only works for mystical agriculture crops. It doesn't do anything else against the other crops, but it works for mystical agriculture. Means I can get away from some shit. So I need to do that. I want to do that. You full? Not quite. Very getting close. Yeah, battery on my mouse. Give me a second. Here we go. Here's my charger. I want to grab out of infused alloy. Also got moved back into here. Fused. Nope. Fused. Nope. Iron. Solar generator. And 2 more trees our way. And solar generator. Awesome. Now I need more cables. I have no steel. Iron. A whole bunch of coal. Wait for that to finish first. You fit. Yes, you will. Excellent. Now we need to make more cells. Joy. Cell. portable cells. Oh. Nope. Not until I get... Yeah. 16's off for now, so we're going to be doing a whole bunch of 4 cells. I need quartz glass and... It's a silicon basically, so just lots of quartz. Not quite there yet. I ran out of salt. Okay, what happens if I do this? Huh. Fascinating. I need the silicon press. What's it take for glowstone seeds again? Glowstone seeds. 2 mana powder, Imperium essence, a jar of light, and a block of glowstone. Jar of light is 4 blocks of glowstone, 2 redstone lamps, 2 glass, and an enchanting apparatus. I'm gonna need a lot of blade powder. Silicon press. Printed silicon. Printed logic circuits. Fused alloy. It's be 8, that's 2. Oh, ran a mercury again. Crafting. What? What? What the what? Okay. Oh wait, no, that's 7. 7 times 2, that's 14. No, that still wouldn't be enough. What is a conjuration catalyst cost? Pixie dust and... Huh. I think I might be able to do that. Well, I'll need to make another... catalyst out of the brewing steam later. Do I have extra blaze rods or brewing stands? I do, actually. So we're doing this. Iron. I need... Oh, did I seriously move all my iron over? I did. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it's a 2-to-1 ratio. Mana ingots to iron. To lithium ingots. Pixie dust is mana pearl. Yep. Why did it... Seriously? Ugh. Guess I'm doing this again. Absolutely absurd amount of cobble on me. I didn't need to go mining at all, did I? Right. Pylon. I need an Eye of Ender, a mana pylon, Terra Steel. Mana pylon needs mana diamonds. Joy. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I also need mana steel. Right. Eye of Ender. Nope. Sure. Pearls. I need 2 of these. Two Eyes of Ender. I need... well, I need 3 mana diamonds technically because I'm going to need to... make Terra Steel. Right, so another quartz should give me amethyst. No. How do I get diamonds again? Diamonds. Nope, nope, nope. Amethyst. Lapis. Need 3 blocks of lapis, which are going to get turned into amethyst, and I'm going to have to run that through again to get into diamond. With the shards. Diamonds. Gold's easy. Don't need to worry about gold. 3. And I need to pick up more coal for the flowers, don't I? Coal. There you go. Slowly filling up. And I still need more mana steel, don't I? Because I... steel and I need mana dust, don't I? Oh no, that's correct. Nice steel, mana pearl, mana diamond. Those are going to get turned into mana pylon things. What are mana pylons even used for? Index, mana, pylon. Oh. Replaces bookshelves. I mean, I don't really need that, but okay. Do I seriously not have gold in here? Oh. Must move it all over. 2. Compare steel nuggets. 1. 2 natural pylons. That works. And I should probably make the second alchemy catalyst while I'm doing this. Or yeah, that's what it's called, alchemy catalyst. 4 is all I think it takes. Yeah. And another mana pearl. Mana, right. Pearl, and I have them all in inventory. Yes, I do. Golden living rock. Awesome. Gold. There's an alchemy catalyst for the road. Okay. Connect to ME circuits, I guess. Scrubber silicon press. I need to... work on making storage cells. Needs redstone. Two. Can you get three? I can get three. Four. I can get four. This supplement. Just want to have more infused that way. Oh well. Six. Yeah, that's all I got, right? Yeah. One. Wrong one. Oh, I'm out of glass. Right. Glass. Okay, and now we need to make more these. Just one. I need to make more quartz. Quartz dust, that is. Oh boy, I need some of this. Right. 2, 3, 4. And some battery drives. Awesome. So I made a buffer. And visually display how many channels are carrying at any given time. Covered cable needs flux, glass, and wool. At which point you need redstone and glowstone if you want to continue. Okay. Can I change this? I want to make the top bigger. Nope. Crafting terminal, same UI, add a pattern code there. Slaughter insert blank patterns, begin to encode the patterns. Crafting, processing, smithing, stone cutting. Change depending on type of pattern to be encoded. Just click in or drag from JEI, REI the ingredients to form the recipe. Processing mode. Pattern access. Make lyric assemblers. Hold on, this might be more concise. Specialized input and output keeps certain amount of items from your network in its inventory or for pipes or other blocks to pull from. It also automatically puts any other items it receives into the network. Another formation core and another annihilation core. And I need flux dust. So cool. Make budding. Ba-ba-bam. ME formation plane. Somebody's going to insert only ME storage bus. Makes use of mechanics used by storage buses and things like pipe subnets, and can replace storage buses in those setups if you want to drop items, place blocks instead of transport items. They are cable subparts. Remember to enable flake players in your chunk claim. Okay. Why? Oh wow. Move Optifine. Tree-like and void loops. Full block devices in groups of 8 or less unless you deeply understand how channels route through a network. Pick wood and stick with it for all your patterns. Yes, enabling substitutions and patterns sometimes works, but using the same word type everywhere generally reduces hassle. Arrange patterns vertically in the ME pattern access terminal. Distribute your patterns between your providers. Set recipes can be formed in parallel. Add an energy cell so that your network can handle power spikes. You can use water in the matter condenser. Best way to keep your network clean is to not put a random... Wait, water in the matter... Oh! Infinite water source. Best way to keep your network clean is not to put random mob loot like swords and armor in. Each unique combination of enchantment and durability is another type. An item entering the system. An event must occur when returning the result of a processing pattern. Don't forget that it can rotate zoom to guidebook scenes. The ME pattern provider will only push complete recipe batches and only through a single side. This is useful for making sure machines don't get partial batches, but sometimes you want the ingredients to go multiple places. You can achieve this using an ME interface, using a pipe subnet, or its ability to hold multiple different item stacks, fluids, chemicals, etc. all at once to use it as a sort of intermediate chest/tank. You can zoom and rotate guidebook scenes that have the zoom and annotation hide show buttons. Getting started. Quick side on flicks. Acceptor, ME drive. Two modes, cube and flat, switch between the crafting grid. Okay, place the cable on top of the drive, or those at eye level, and place your terminal, crafting terminal on it. Put your storage cells into the drive. Profit, yeah. Fiddle with terminal settings. That's another small, rare. Settings. Sort by item name. Oh, view. Store items. Store collectible. Other types. Sort order. Terminal settings. Terminal style. Just not changing. Crafting settings. Yep. Oh well. So we have some basic storage, access to storage, good start, but you'll likely be looking to maybe automate some processing. Great example of this is to place an ME export bus on top of a furnace to dump in ores, and an ME import bus on the bottom of the furnace to extract furnace ores. The export bus lets you export items from the network to the attached inventory, while the ME import bus imports items from the attached inventory into the network. It's point, you're probably getting close to 8 or so devices. Once you hit 9 devices, you'll have to start managing channels. Many devices, but not all, require a channel to function. By default, a network can support 8 channels. Once you break this limit, you'll have to add an ME controller to your network. This allows you to expand your network greatly. Smart cables will allow you to see how channels are routed through your network. Use them extensively when starting out to learn how channels act, or if you have a lot of redstone and glowstone. Okay. Applied Energistics 2 ME network requires channel support devices which use network storage or other network services. Think of channels like USB cables to all your devices. The computer only has so many USB ports and can only support so many devices connected to it. Most machines, full block devices, and standard cables can only pass through up to 8 channels. You could think of full block devices and standard cables as a bunch of 8-channel wires. It's a bundle of 8-channel wires. However, dense cables can support up to 32. The only other devices capable of transmitting 32 are ME P2P tunnel and quantum network bridge. Each time a device uses up a channel, imagine pulling off a tab wire from a bundle, which obviously means the wire isn't fully available down the line. Okay, so it's like electricity. An easy way to see how channels are being used and routed through your network is to use smart cables, which will display them on the past usage of channels. Channels will consume 1/28th AT per node they traverse. This means that adding an ME controller for a network with 8 devices and over 96 nodes for your power usage. Your power usage might actually decrease power consumption because it changes how channels are allocated. Channel routing. Using an ME controller, channels route via 3 steps. First take is the shortest path through the adjacent machines to the nearest normal cable. Glass covered smart. Then they then take the shortest path through that normal cable to the nearest dense cable, dense or dense smart. They take the shortest path through that dense cable to the ME controller. If the shortest path is already maxed out, some devices may not get the required channels. Use colored cables, cable anchors, and tunnels to your advantage to make sure your channels go in the path you desire. For example, in this case, some drives just don't get channels because although there is enough capacity in the cables, the channels try to take the shortest path, overloading some cables while leaving others empty. Then 8 channels that attempt to route through here, so some are cut off. This can be fixed by more carefully constraining the paths channels can take. Networks should be tree-like or bush-like. Loops and ambiguous channel paths should be minimized. So that's bad. Okay. I want to get that again. Getting started. Go down. Smart cables. Nope. It was channels. Tips. Nope. Yeah. Devices. Channels. Network without an ME controller is considered to be ad hoc. It can support up to 8 channels using devices. Once you exceed 8 devices, channel network using devices will shut down. You can either remove devices or add an ME controller. Unlike with controller networks, smart cables on ad hoc networks will show the number of channels in use network-wide instead of the number of channels throwing through that specific cable. While using ad hoc networks, each device will use 1 channel network-wide. This is very different from how ME controller allocates channels based on the shortest route. As mentioned before in channel routing, it's best to design your network in a tree-like structure. Dense cables branching out from the controller, regular cables branching out from the dense, and devices in clusters of 8 or fewer on the regular cables. Here's an example of what not to do. Immediately exiting the controller to the right, we're bottlenecked to 8 channels because the device acts like a normal cable. However, since we're not using a smart cable here, we cannot see how many channels are in use. 8 channels left. The drive takes up a channel, 7 channels left. 2 channels go to the terminals, 5 channels left. Continuing right, the interface takes another channel, 4 channels left. 1 channel goes up to the pattern provider, 3 channels left. Continuing right, 1 channel goes up to the import bus, 2 channels left. 7, the cluster of pattern providers feeding assemblers only gets 2 channels, so 2 of the providers do not get channels. Ultimately, the error is in bottlenecking the channels and not thinking through how channels will be distributed. I basically did this, didn't I? 2 channels, and it just immediately cuts down to a fourth of what it should be. 5 channels, 3 channels, 1 channel, 2 channel, 2 channels, and it just goes to 1. Oh wow. So you just cables from connecting. White ME dense smart cable, blue. Lots of ME drives, barrels, chests. Introduces new options to change how each channels behave in your world. I'm not touching that. So what looks like that? Okay. What was I trying to do? Annihilation formation course. Right. So I need to manage everything very carefully. God, now I know that this setup hurts to look at. Oh. Wow, okay. Reclamation. Being weird. What's going on? Hello? Yep, this is reconnected. Okay. Right. Depending on what you set it to, keep a stack of... Ugh. Interfaces act like a small chest and fluid tank that fills itself from and empties to network storage, depending on what you set it to. Keep a stock of in its slots. It tries to complete this in a single game tick, so it can fill with or empty itself from up to 9 stacks per game tick, making it a fast method of import or export if you have fast ion pipes. Another useful trait is that while most fluid tanks can only store 1 type of fluid, interfaces can store up to 9 as well as items. They're essentially just chests, multi-fluid tanks with some extra functionality, and you can prevent that extra functionality by keeping them disconnected from any networks. Thus, they are useful in some niche cases where you want to store a small amount of a bunch of different stuff. How it works internally, as previously stated, an interface is essentially a chest tank with some super duper ME import buses and ME export buses attached with a bunch of ME level emitters. A bunch of level emitters to control the requested stacking quantity, a bunch of super duper export buses that can transfer 1 stack per game tick. Import, same. So a few special functionalities with other AE2 devices. An ME storage bus on an unconfigured interface will present the entirety of the network storage of its network to the storage bus's network, as if the interface network was one big chest as the storage bus was placed on. Setting an item to be stocked in the interface's filter slot disables this, meaning, okay, on an unconfigured interface will present the entirety of the network storage of its network to the storage bus's network, as if the interface's network was one big chest. Interface, storage bus, drive, fiber. I am confuzzled. Pattern providers have a special interaction with interfaces on subnets. If the interface is unconfigured, the provider will skip the interface entirely and push directly to that subnet storage, skipping the interface and not filling it with recipe batches, and more importantly, not inserting the next batch until there's some space in storage. Interface on subnet. If the interface is unconfigured, meaning if it hasn't changed, the provider will skip the interface entirely and push directly to the subnet storage. So if this is unchanged, it just skips it entirely and goes here. But if it's not, it will store things, so it's just a filter. Is it? Must be flat, not full block. Auto crafting, the big one. Crafting modders, 16K crafting storage, processing units, molecular assemblers, and ME pattern providers. Auto crafting is one of the primary functions of AE2. Instead of manually having to craft the correct number of each sub-ingredient and labor away like some plebeian, you can ask someone to do it, ME system to do it for you, or automatically craft items and export them somewhere, or automatically keep certain amounts of items in stock through clever emergent behavior. Also works with fluids, and if you have certain add-ons for the extra mod material types like mechanism gases, those materials too. It's pretty great. It's quite a complex topic, so strap in and let's go. An auto crafting setup consists of three things: the things sending the crafting request, the crafting CPU, and the ME pattern provider. Here's what happens. Something creates a crafting request. This can be done by you in the terminal, clicking on something auto-craftable, or an export bus or interface with a crafting card requesting one of the items that they're set to export stock. Important. Use whatever you have bound to pick block, usually mill mouse, to request crafts of something you already have in stock. This can conflict with inventory sorting mods. Good to know. The ME system calculates the required ingredients and prerequisite crafting steps to fulfill the request and stores them in the selected crafting CPU. The ME pattern provider with the relevant pattern pushes the ingredients specified in the pattern to any adjacent inventory. In the case of a crafting table recipe, crafting pattern, this will be a molecular assembler. In case of a non-crafting recipe, a processing pattern, this will be some other blocker machine or elaborate redstone controlled setup. The result of the craft is returned to the system somehow, be it by import bus, interface, or pushing the result into a pattern provider. Note that an item entering system event must occur. You can't just pipe the result into a chest with an ME storage bus on it. If that craft is a prerequisite for another craft in the request, the items are stored in that crafting CPU and then used in that craft. Patterns. Patterns are made in an ME pattern encoding terminal out of blank patterns. There are several different types of patterns for different things. Crafting patterns encode recipes made by a crafting table. They can be put directly in a molecular assembler to make it craft the result whenever given the ingredients, but their main use is in an ME pattern provider right next to a molecular assembler. Pattern providers have special behavior in this case, and will send the relevant pattern along with the ingredients to adjacent assemblers. Since assemblers auto-eject the results of the craft to adjacent inventories, an assembler on a pattern provider is all that is needed to automate crafting patterns. Smithing table patterns are similar. I'm not going to be doing these two things. Processing patterns where a lot of flexibility in auto-crafting comes from. They are the most generalized type, simply saying if a pattern provider pushes these ingredients to adjacent inventories, the ME system will receive these items at some point in the near or distant future. They are how you will auto-craft with almost any modern machine or furnaces and the like, because they are so general in use and do not care what happens between pushing ingredients and receiving the result. You can do some really funky stuff, like inputting the ingredients into an entire complex factory production chain, which will sort out stuff, take in other ingredients from infinitely producing farms, print the entirety of the B-movie script. The ME system does not care as long as it gets the result pattern specifies. In fact, it doesn't even care if the ingredients are in any way related to the result. You can tell it one cherry wood planks equals one nether star, and have your wither farm kill a wither upon receiving a cherry wood planks, and it would work. Interesting. Multiple ME pattern providers with identical patterns are supported and work in parallel. Additionally, you can have a pattern say, for example, 8 cobblestone equals 8 stone instead of 1 cobblestone equals 1 stone. And the pattern provider will insert 8 cobblestones into your smelting setup every operation instead of one at a time. The most general form of pattern. There is actually an even more general form of pattern than a processing pattern. An ME level emitter with a crafting card can be set to emit a redstone signal in order to craft something. This pattern does not need to define or even care about ingredients. All it says is if you emit redstone from this level emitter, the ME system will receive this item at some point in the near or distant future. This is usually used to activate and deactivate infinite farms which require no input ingredients, or to activate a system that handles recursive recipes, which standard auto-crafting cannot understand. Like, for example, 1 cobblestone equals 2 cobblestone, if you have a machine that duplicates cobblestone. Crafting CPUs manage crafting requests and jobs. They store the intermediate ingredients while crafting jobs with multiple steps are being carried out and affect how big jobs can be, and to some degree how fast they are completed. They are multi-blocks and must be rectangular prisms with at least 1 crafting storage. Crafting CPUs are made out of crafting storages available in all standard cell sizes, 1K, 4K, 16K, 64K, 256K. Store the ingredients and intermediate ingredients involved in a craft, so larger or more storages are required for the CPU to handle crafting jobs with more ingredients. Optional is crafting co-processing units. They make the system send out more ingredient batches from pattern providers. This allows, say, a pattern provider surrounded by 6 molecular assemblers to send ingredients to and thus use all 6 at once instead of just 1. Crafting monitors, they display the jobs the CPU is handling at the moment. They can be colored via color applicator, empty. Okay, I thought that was wrong. Crafting units, they simply fill space in order to make the CPU a rectangular prism. Each crafting CPU handles 1 request or job, so if you want to request both the calculation processor and 256 smoothstone at once, you need 2 CPU multi-blocks. This can be set to handle requests from players, automation, or both. ME pattern providers are the primary way in which your auto-crafting system interacts with the world. They push ingredients in their patterns to adjacent inventories, and items can be inserted into them in order to insert them into the network. Often the channel can be saved by piping the output of the machine back into a nearby pattern provider, often the one that pushed the ingredients. Instead of using an ME import bus to pull the ingredient of the machine into the network. Of note, since they push the ingredients directly from the crafting storage into crafting CPU, they never actually contain the ingredients in their inventory, so you cannot pipe out from them. You have to have the provider push to another inventory like a barrel and then pipe from that. Also of note, the provider has to push all of the ingredients at once. It can't push half batches. This is useful to exploit. Pattern providers have a special interaction with interfaces on subnets. If the interface is unmodified, nothing in the request slots, okay, so like I thought, The provider will skip the interface entirely and push directly to that subnet storage, skipping the interface and not filling it with recipe batches, and more importantly, not inserting the next batch until there's space in storage. Multiple pattern providers with identical patterns are supported and work in parallel. Pattern providers will attempt to round robin their batches to all of their faces, thus using all attached machines in parallel. Variants, normal, directional, flat, settings, blocking mode stops provider from pushing a new batch of ingredients if there are already ingredients in the machine. Lock crafting can lock the previous provider under various redstone conditions, or until the result of the previous craft is inserted into that specific pattern. Provider. The provider can be shown or hidden on ME pattern access terminals. Priorities can be set by clicking the wrench in the top right of the GUI. In case of sort of patterns with the same item, patterns and providers with higher priority will be used over patterns and providers with lower priority, unless the network does not have the ingredients for the higher priority pattern. The molecular assembler takes items input into it and carries out operations defined by an adjacent ME pattern provider, or insert a crafting pattern, smithing table pattern, or stone cutting pattern, then pushes the result to adjacent inventories. Their main use is next to an ME pattern provider. Pattern providers have special behavior in this case. It will send information about the relevant pattern along with the ingredients to adjacent assemblers. Since assemblers auto-eject the results of crafts to adjacent inventories, and thus into the return slots of pattern provider, an assembler on a pattern provider is all that is needed to automate crafting patterns. Okay, that's a lot. Bytes and types. Actually, I already know about that. It's generally easy to elaborate. Type is what kind of block. And bytes are the total amount of blocks you can have. Okay. In AE2, certain devices and components can be placed on cables on the same block. Compact setups, shift right clicking with a quartz wrench. Break a single subpart without breaking everything in that block. Okay. Cirrus growth. What do we know about that? Channels. Looked at that. Devices. Not interested in that yet. Your network will require energy to run, energy accepting, make controller, and vibration chamber. Does not use forward energy or take reborn energy. It converts them to its own unit AE. I think this is what I want. ME storage, ME system in the world. An important concept in AE2 is the idea of network storage. It is the place in which the contents of a network are stored, usually storage cells or whatever inventory an ME bus storage is connected to. Most AE2 devices interact with it in one way or another. ME import buses push things into network storage. ME export buses pull things out of network storage. The interfaces both pull and push to network storage. Terminals both push to and pull from network storage when you insert or take items or refill the crafting slots. ME storage buses don't really push or pull from storage. They push to or pull from the connected inventory to use it as network storage. So really other devices push to or pull from them. Inventory counts as network importing it. Import buses import things from inventories they're pointing at into network storage. So this just goes in. Interfaces will import from their internal inventories if that slot is not configured to stock anything, or there are more items in that slot than are configured to be stocked. So things can be pushed into them to insert into the network. Pattern providers will import from their internal return slot inventory, so things can be pushed into them to insert into the network. This is just storage. That controls the storage. Storage buses use the inventory they're pointing at network storage. This is part of the network and could be considered similar to this. This is actually what I wanted, not these. This pushes into the chest. It is still not a part of the network storage. This is network storage, but things can be pulled directly from it using hoppers. And priority storage. So I want storage buses, not... Okay. Storage bus. Oh. So what I actually wanted was this. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay. Okay. Was... Yes. Okay. Plus. Cable. Cable. Okay. So I can access this from here, but I cannot access the ME controller from my item vault. Not quite what I was hoping for, but it's actually better than I thought it would turn out once I figured things out. I'll also get past the better side sometimes. I have a wrench now. Okay. Make a few of these. I have two. Oh, this is such a mess. Now I know I'm supposed to do this. Oh boy, this is such a mess. That's gonna take a while to properly fill up. I'm gonna have to do that off screen. And we're just about reaching 10 o'clock. Okay. This is actually really fun. Match, because I normally do that. Oh, and I should Yes. Wait, I never got more mercury. Not gonna anything else. You gonna properly work this time? Nope. First not. Alright, so, today has been interesting. I've learned quite a bit, I think. Especially about all of this. Stick for pattern provider. Pattern provider. Oh, that's not that bad. Molecular assembler. It's also not that bad. Okay. Next episode, I think we're going to be continuing doing this. I'm considering making a few more types of power stuff. Although I think that might just be the generator being funky rather than me needing more power. I think the 2 advanced solar generators are going to do fine. Next time, yeah, we're going to be continuing on this. I'm going to try and get the portal up in the background. I am very annoyed that whatever I did managed to knock it down. But I should have a lot more glowstone, and I should gain glowstone seeds off screen as well. Although not necessarily by next episode. If you like the stream and you have any ideas for next time, drop a comment in the comment section below and leave a like. I hope everybody watching had a wonderful time, and I hope to see you all again later. Bye. Have a lovely evening.